Hey, my creative friends, Shannon from Shannon Studio, and we are here. I am here I'm a creative mom who helps other creative moms live a creative lifestyle. That's what we do. So we talk about anything that will help us live a creative lifestyle, do the things we want to do, shift our mindset, anything like that. That's what we talk about. Plus, we talk about creative process. Like yesterday, I started my free-for-all Fridays. So we will be doing projects or something fun or different or out of the ordinary, because that's kind of like, that is one of the aspects of a creative mind and a creative life is exploring, is curiosity, is doing things differently out of the ordinary, divergent thinking. So yes, we will be doing that. And if you noticed, I finished the top part of that project that I started yesterday. Trisha says, hey from Las Vegas with the grands. Oh, with the grandkids. That's so nice. That's so nice to be able to do that. Yeah, we're a little bit far away from ours. So, yeah. Hi, Rose. Joseph. Hey, Alan. Al. Yeah, Joseph was hiding behind me. Hey, Erica. So I put on the website the finished top. And it was interesting. I used both pins. It was something, like I said, I didn't do before. So I think it turned out fine. The picture actually turned out better than what it looks in real life. If I were going to really care about this, I would put a fixative over, not a fixative, but a varnish over the top, maybe even put a piece of plastic raised on a piece of glass with little raised plastics or something like that to protect it. But it was fun. I'm glad I did it. I wanted to try it, see how it would work out. And so I did. So I'm glad we got to start that together. So if you ever do a project like that, link it in, put it in the comments so we can take a look. So today, let's see, what do I have on my list today? Oh, okay, I have this bag I got. And so I got it from Jenna Kutcher. She is a business gal. And the pink bag and the badge. And so, but you know what? I had to give it a little creative attitude. So I put on, you have a creative heartbeat, listen for it, and a little floral. And on the back side, I did the same thing with the back thing. I tried to put something in it so you could see it better. So I just did a little freehand with a gold pin to try it out. You know, you have to try things out. So, but what I'm doing is I did the pattern for you so that if you wanted to do something like this, you could use the pattern and use a piece of graphite paper, put it onto some canvas bag and do something like that. So I'm going to put the pattern on there for you for this. But the thing I wanted to talk about is, you know, I'm doing, my word this year is do. So I've been thinking a lot about that lately. So this little badge on her that I got from the Jenna Kutcher says, busy is not a badge of honor. Busy is not a badge of honor. So when I was looking at this, I've been thinking about this today, about the fact that it's not a badge of honor. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. And we're going to talk about what does that mean? What does it look like? And you know, that's what we're going to do. So a lot of times we will say, I'm so busy. We'll get in that, I'm so busy. And what we're really saying is I'm swamped, I'm overloaded, I have a full plate, you know, I'm hustling, I have too many irons and too many irons in the fire. We're saying that I'm so busy, or I'm so busy, or, you know, there's a lot of ways to say that, but we're saying we have a lot going on. But when we say it a certain way, and when we use that busy as a badge of honor, what we're really saying are several things. One, we're saying that what we're actually doing doesn't have a lot of value in it, doesn't have any real value. And we're also saying largely it's unproductive. It can also just be something we're bored and so we're just passing the time. And we're saying it so we can maybe look like we're accomplishing something when we're really not. So the idea behind busy is not a badge of honor is that those things are happening in that phrase, I'm so busy. So then you have to go, and that turns into something else. That turns into that badge of honor. That turns into this expression of pride because I want to look like I'm accomplishing things, and I want to feel like I'm doing things. And so then so what we have to tell ourselves is we have to interpret that negative behavior we're doing of things that aren't valuable, that are unproductive, or largely that way. We're telling ourselves, reinterpreting it, turning it, twisting it into a different story where we're taking something negative and turning it into positive. And then we do that because it makes us feel good. Hello, we want to feel good. That's what life is about, I think, for most of us. We want to feel good. And so we tell ourselves that story and wear it like it's this honorable thing, and then but what happens is that it continues into this cycle of then it may last for a short period of time, but then it feels false. We know instinctually it feels false, and so it doesn't last. It doesn't last. So then we have to ramp it up again and say, oh, I'm so busy. And then we have this little loop that we go through where, it's this busy loop where we have created this badge and busyness and it's a thing and we're proud and everything else. And it reminded me of a story of when we first got married. We lived in Long Beach, California. And they had this traffic circle, Ximeno, I forget, street, or down there. It was this huge traffic circle, and it had four feeders into this traffic circle, and it had a couple lanes. And I was young, so I was an okay driver, but when I got in that traffic circle, it was like this traffic circle of death. It was, you just kept going. You're trying, there's so many cars, and during rush hour, it was a madhouse. You'd go around. Sometimes I would go around several times. And it reminded me of this loop that we do. I'm so busy, and then we create this thing, and we're stuck in this loop. And there's other drivers there too, so we think, oh, it's good. And it just gets this panicky or anxiety or these feelings, and I would drive around, and then finally I just have to get brave and just assert myself and get in the, work myself out. But then, if you went in the wrong direction, you'd have to go out, come back in. So it reminded me of that. And so when we're in this wearing busyness as a badge of honor, we have to look for the exits in our little traffic circle of busyness. We have to look for how we're going to get out of that, because it is this endless circle. We're going nowhere. So there's several things I found that you could ask yourself, we can ask ourselves when we're in this. One of them is, why am I saying I'm so busy? Anytime you say I'm so busy, you should ask yourself, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Because I've said that to myself. I hear myself say, I'm so busy. And so I have to say, why am I busy? So that's one of the questions you're going to have to ask yourself. So another of the questions is, how long is this? Just a short period of time where we just really do have a lot of busy stuff, and we've got to get this stuff done, and it's important. And is it? So you ask yourself, how long is it going to last? Is it necessary? And did I choose it? Did I choose this, or did somebody else? So for me, one of the things was, I'm so busy. Well, I have 8 kids. Yeah, I'm busy. But then it's like, oh yeah, but I chose 8 kids. I chose having 8 kids. So yes, I chose this. I chose this busy life. And yes, this is necessary. And yes, it's going to last a long time. So then what it does is shifts my thinking into, oh, this isn't something that's not valuable. Like we talked about, it's like, it is valuable. It is productive. I'm not just doing things to look busy. And that's the other thing. Sometimes we can confuse the actual value of work. Did you see Joseph? So for instance, mom work. Mom work is laundry, dishes, picking up toys. This doesn't require a high IQ. Let's just face it and be honest. It doesn't. It's like automatic. It is so automatic. If you've done it for any amount of time, it becomes mindless. So we have this mindlessness going on in the background of doing some of our mom work. But then you have to go back to it and go, is it valuable? Is what you're doing valuable? Is laundry valuable to your family? Are dishes? Are, the things you do to beautify your home or do those kinds of things, are they valuable? Are they productive? Is it just to look accomplished? No, you're actually accomplishing things. We are actually accomplishing things when we do those things for our family, and we choose to do them. And so you shouldn't confuse, like, I'm so busy, as unvalued work that we're doing. As in, like this badge of honor, it's so busy and that. So we can't confuse that. Then another thing is to maybe make an exit off this little traffic circle of busyness is to humble ourselves, to actually go, what do I need to change? So that's another question. Okay, I feel like I'm busy all the time. I feel like I'm recognizing maybe it's not the valuable work. What can I do to exit that? What can I do to change? What do I need to do to change? What circumstances around me need to change? So we can ask that question. Another question, and a lot of times is that to be honest with yourself. Am I being honest? That's another question. Am I being honest with myself? Self-awareness is a great character trait to have. It will save you a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, if you can ask yourself the hard questions and address them. So you have to ask yourself, am I doing some of this work because I don't want to look lazy, because I don't want to look idle, I don't want to look a certain way? So be honest with yourself and actually put it in the real context that it is. Am I watching Netflix all the time because I think I need background noise? Saying for a friend. That's totally me. I will put Netflix on, and I notice sometimes that I will stop, and I usually only put movies that I've watched so that I don't have to watch them. Does that make sense? Like if I'm painting, I put on a movie, I already know the ending, I'm not going to get caught up in what, but I will notice that it will draw my attention anyways, even though I've seen it like 100 times. So then I have to ask myself, is it valuable? Is it unproductive? Is it productive? Why am I doing that? So you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself those kinds of questions. We do. We're moms and nobody really is taking care of us moms. I'll take care of you guys, but nobody's really taking care of us moms. We have to step up and take care of ourselves and ask ourselves the hard questions. So then that's one of the exit strategies. Then we can, find how, don't look to the other drivers who are going around. Maybe somebody else is going around the same traffic circle several times like you are. You don't necessarily look to the other drivers as your answer. There was a quote about everybody's hustling and everybody's doing it, but they're all going up, going the wrong direction. So when we exit that traffic circle of busyness, when we get out of that, then we start to feel more in control. That burden is lifted. We're not going in circles. We are being more deliberate. We are getting ourselves, because when we exit, we start going in the direction we want. We start heading back on our journey. And the journey, and that's what you choose, the journey you want to be on, but you're finally headed back in that right direction. And then when you're heading that right direction, get on that right road, face the right way, get going, and then be in the right lane, go in the right direction. Those questions, I think, will help us to be able to get out of that and not wear that busyness is a badge of honor. Not to wear that thinking, I'm busy, so therefore, I'm okay. We have a lot as women, and as creative women, we have a lot we want to do. I have so much I want to do. Projects and things and people and just there's a lot I want to do, and I don't want to waste my time wearing this badge, fooling myself, saying, oh, look at my badge of busy. I don't want to do that. I don't think you want to do that either. And so sometimes we have to talk about these things in order to go, oh, I'm doing that. Or, oh, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. I'm not in that traffic circle of death, so I'm doing okay. So that's the tip. Do not wear busyness as a badge of honor. And ask yourself questions to see, to see where you're at and to kind of reevaluate. And if you have a tip on how to, oh my goodness. Yes, that's Joseph. Hey, Al?
Yeah?
Joseph's got a chair in the background here.
Hey, Joseph, bring that up here.
Oh, there's 2 chairs in here that work.
So, yeah, that's it for tonight. Let's see. Yeah. So, not that I'm distracted or anything. Anyways, all right, you have a creative heartbeat, so listen for it. Thanks for staying with me. Glad we could add that little bit of humor for you, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye. Oops. Oh, he's getting a little talking too.